Hey guys, Brad the Meme here, back with another video. This is kind of a different video here. I'm trying, I'm gonna help the community here with this optimization guide that I am making for Battlefield 5. I've seen many out there. I'm gonna show you mine and what I do to optimize my game and get as much performance as possible. So let's jump right into it. Let's just go through the normal settings you would see in Battlefield. All right. So now that you are in the main menu, go to your options, and these will be your normal settings. These are my custom. You probably have all this shit on, all this like whatever, and you're wondering why your game isn't running well. So to start off, turn off all this crap, this chromatic abbreviation, film grain, whatever the hell this is called, lens distortion, ADS. Depth of field off. ADS field of view, that's kind of preference. I usually have it on because it's easier with recoil and just recoil in general. So make sure your game is in full screen. If you're a streamer or if you're on a one PC setup, you only have one monitor, put it to borderless if you wanted to. But for performance, overall, full screen is the best for less input lag and more FPS overall. All right, let's move over to advanced. If you don't care about visual graphics and shit, I recommend turning this to minimal latency, because all this is just bogging you down if you want the most performance and visual quality to see enemies in the distance or anybody that's around you. So let's turn it to minimal latency. All this will be low, off, and you scroll up. Make sure to turn off the GPU memory restriction. I have a GTX 1080, so I don't have to worry about it overloading my GPU. So if you're on a lower end card, maybe like a GTX 1050 or below, or 1060 3GB, maybe turn it on. I'm not 100% sure on how the setting works. I just turn it off because I have a 1080. So going up to the future frame rendering, turn this on. You will get at least I get a 40 FPS increase. This is a huge setting. It says it'll give you more input lag, but I barely feel it. It's very minimal. I'll also show you how to decrease this input lag that it gives you, but personally, I don't feel it. I don't see it. But yeah, high dynamic range. I don't know what the hell this is, so I just turn it off. Never use DirectX 12. DirectX 12 is terrible. It gives you stutters, low FPS. It might run for maybe the 2080 series, the 2080 Ti, the 2070, 2060. I guess the 2000 series might work better with DirectX 12, but I recommend turning it off and using DirectX 11. So I'll glass over my settings one more time. All low, min latency, GPU memory restriction off, future frame rendering on, and I recommend setting your frame limiter to your monitor's refresh rate. Mine's 144 hertz. If you want the most minimal latency, and if you can go above your monitor's refresh rate, I would go above it. So say your refresh rate's 144, set it to 200. Or I said at 144 because I don't want to go above that, since yeah. But if you do, go in the console and type in game time.max variable FPS, and then set it to whatever you want. So if you set it like 240, say you have a 240 hertz monitor, set it to that. Or if you want 300, you want to cap of 300, go for that if you can even reach that. I've never met anyone who can even reach that in multiplayer. So anyways, also for gameplay, not really much anything else. I recommend turning off share usage data, because this could cause any type of like lag, packet loss, or type of latency to the server. So I turn it off. So anything else here is just preference. I have my bunch of stuff just changed, but yeah. So also, if you want to monitor your network performance and stuff, you can have it on the bottom. On the bottom will be a small bar. I'll show it now. I'll go into the practice range and I will show you. So let's just load into the practice range here, and automatically you see a frame drop to 133. So let's just look around. Let's just, oh, frame drop 133. Oh, I don't know if you see the thing in the top bottom right. So let's just do draw FPS 1, display scale 3, so bigger FPS counter. So you can see it's going around. Wow, look at those frame drops. That's fucking crazy, you know? Like this with my with my PC, my GTX 1080, my 3700X, my Ryzen is struggling with Battlefield 5 in the practice range. That's fucking crazy, you know? Like, that's crazy. So yeah, so that's kind of weird. Like, you know, like my settings are all on low, all my everything's turned off. I also have the feature frame rating off as well. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy. So what I'm about to show you is going to be a fix for like these low FPSs when you like turn around and whatever. But yeah, so you can see frame drops, not a solid 144. It is all over the place. If I just keep doing 360, 130, 120, it is, I mean, it's not unplayable, but I can do better. Okay, now that you've closed your game fully, make sure task manager, it's fully closed, nothing open and whatever. Pretend you didn't see these programs here. I'll get to that in a second. So another thing to improve FPS is a user config file. I have one right here on my desktop here. It has a bunch of command lines that disable just shit you don't need, and it will disable stuff that bog down your FPS and make your game look blurry or just terrible. Just stuff that will not help you basically. So all this stuff, make sure to just, yeah, so just download this file. Just fair warning, these two lines right here, I think it's, or unless it's this line right here, this line right here will make your game look a bit weird. But hold on, it'll make your game look a bit weird, but it will increase your FPS by a lot. I at least it does for me. So you can edit this config file any way you want. This is how I have it. I have a 1080p screen. You can change it to 1440, 720, wherever the hell, whatever your monitor is, whatever resolution it is. Say you're 4K. Well, I don't know why you're playing a 4K on a fucking Battlefield if you want to play in the low settings, but anyways, make sure to set the thread processor count. So that's how many threads your CPU has. My CPU has 16 threads. You can see that if you go to performance. So I have 8 cores, 16 threads. So the way you check is you do a task manager and taskbar, or you do Control Alt Delete. But yeah, so I have 8 cores, 16 threads. So I set that to 16 threads. Or yeah, the thread that I actually don't know what this is. I'm kind of clueless because I kind of copied this from a forum and some friends. I kind of compiled it together and whatever. So yeah, basically yes. So get this config file. Basically it's done. So let's make sure it's saved. 16 1080p. Okay, so now go to your game folder. So my game folder is on my solid state drive. So you go to your, no, mine's basically full because Call of Duty is fucked. But yeah, so you go to your Battlefield 5 folder. You open it up. So this is your game folder. So what you do, say it's in your downloads folder or on your desktop. What you do, you simply just drag and drop it. Oh, and drag and drop it. And now it'll be in your folder. Wonderful. So now that'll be there. Next, I want you to do is to download memory cleaner, and ISLC. And I will show you how to get those right now. All right. The way to get the memory cleaner that I have here, let's just close it back up. By Koshy John, you go to koshyjohn.com/software/memory clean. Another way to do this is just go on Google and search memory cleaner by Koshy John. It's usually the first result here. You just click on that and it'll bring you to here. So I don't trust that download, but I don't trust that either. Fuck it, we're doing this right here. So I guess do this one right here, and it should download right here. I believe you need to install it, run, or it just opens there. It's a bit, if you have to install it, just install it. But yeah, so yeah, 5 million downloads. That's fucking crazy. But still, this guy right here is a lifesaver. I recommend using this if you have 16 gigs of RAM in your system. I have 32 personally. I still use it because I feel like it helps with stutters and some games, I guess. I have this always running. I have it on startup just so I can just get the most performance possible. So what it does, it just clears your RAM and whatever. I don't want to get into the detail because I'm not very smart in this shit. I just know it works. So basically, go to options. I recommend using the trim processes working set every 5 minutes, clear system cache every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes it'll just trim it, and it'll say your RAM is being maxed out playing Battlefield, which it does that sometimes. But yeah, so I recommend putting this on. I recommend starting with Windows, but if you have a slow starting up PC, I probably wouldn't. But still though. But yeah, this is a great app. I recommend using it for most games. And yeah, let's get on to the ISLC. So to get ISLC, which is the Intelligent Standby List Cleaner, you just go into Google and search it. So I'll just do it again. ISLC, it's usually the top result. So just click on that, and you scroll down. There's a bunch of changes to this program. The most recent version is 1.0.22. So yeah, so the official downloads right here. Just click on that. I already downloaded to test it out. So you press run, extract, and this should extract to your downloads folder. If I do remember, where did it? Oh, there it is. It's at the bottom. My bad. So yes, it's at the bottom here. I already have it on my desktop, so I'm just gonna leave it in there. Close this. So it's right here. I put it on my desktop. The README is just a bunch of changes. Well, not changes, but it's just explaining what it does. So yeah. So basically, you just open it. You double click it. I have my thing where I don't have to, like, for admin, I don't have to press yes. It just opens by itself. So it's in the bottom right in your taskbar, your open up window here, or it'll be right here next to wherever this is here. So you just right click, or you double click it. My bad. So here it is. So pretend you didn't stop. Okay, pretend you didn't see that. So now this will be always running. I just know it works, and so you see right here in the top right of the program, I recommend going here and doing 0.5, oh, not 4, 50, 0.50, and then enable, and then start. And this will bring down your timer resolution down, and it does stuff. I can't explain it. I just know it works. I've been told by friends this works a lot. I've seen videos of this, and yeah, just trust me, it works. Okay, so I recommend going on the Discord, go to user settings, appearance, scrolling down to hardware acceleration, turning that off. It says cancel really quick. Turn off hardware acceleration, which uses your GPU to make Discord smoother. Turn this off if you are experiencing frame drops. So just turn this off. You'll have to restart Discord. I believe the Discord servers are struggling right now. I don't know if it'll open. Okay, it opened. So yeah, so turn that off. It might help with your stutters, it might not, but yeah, as much performance as I can get, I'll do it. So another thing I also recommend doing is going to your Windows settings, going to your gaming right here, going to your game mode. People, I haven't really experimented with this, but I've been told it's good with on or off. It differs for different people, but I leave it on because I believe it helps me. Also with the Xbox Gamebar, turn this off. It'll give you stutters like no tomorrow. I guarantee turning this off, it'll fix your stutters. So make sure to disable all this captures. Yeah. So yes. Another thing, go to if you install the newest Nvidia drivers. I have version Fook. So I have version 451.48, which was released last month. This introduced the DirectX 12 Ultimate shit and other crap. It introduced the graphics setting in Windows, the hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. It's supposed to reduce latency and improve performance. I haven't really seen benchmarks, but I felt at least a little bit smoothness in my game, and overall, but still though. Make sure to turn this shit off. It's honestly terrible. Make sure to set your graphics performance preference to the desktop app. I recommend going into your Nvidia Control Panel. This really works for Nvidia better. I haven't really done it on AMD because I don't have an AMD card. But yes, so basically to get to your Nvidia Control Panel, you just right click your desktop, or you go into your search bar and search up Control Panel or Nvidia Control Panel. Nvidia Control Panel. I don't know why it's not showing a picture, but still though, you click on that and it opens. So I recommend going to your Manage 3D settings. Okay, for your global settings, I highly recommend 100% is setting your power management mode to prefer maximum performance. It's usually on optimal power by default, so I recommend setting to that. Also recommend setting the OpenGL rendering GPU to your graphics card. Recommend setting the negative LOD bias to allow the texture filtering quality to high performance. Vertical sync off, anti-aliasing mode off, your gamma correction off, your FXAA off, all this off, just off. Off. So that's about it. And then you'll have to click apply. I already have these all set. So go to your program settings. I already have it selected. So to do it, you go to add and then you look for Battlefield 5.exe. So now just make sure this is all off. It's already all off. If you want to do it again, just to make sure, you just go onto it and you just click off. So off. Well, that's on actually, my bad. I don't know where. Fuck it, off. Why not? Off. High performance. Allow. I don't know why that's on. Fuck it, we're gonna leave it on. Pattern management mode, prefer maximum performance. GTX 1080. I have a G-Sync panel, so I have G-Sync enabled. This off. Off, and then off. So turn that all off. Just I will glass through this one more time slowly, and for you to copy it down. So off. My bad. All right, I'll just go through it for you to copy it and make sure you got it all right, and move on to the next thing. Do it one more time down. All right. So after you're done doing this, click apply to apply these settings. It'll apply in a second. It's applying. So make sure this is all innate off and whatever settings you did. Go back to it. Make sure it's all here. It's all here. So perfect. Okay. One more thing I recommend doing is going to your power settings in Windows. Power and sleep settings. Go to additional power settings. I have a custom setting, but I recommend setting your PC to high performance. But I have a custom one. I might do a video on this, but I might not. But still, though, I recommend setting it to high performance. If you have the ultimate performance, I recommend setting it to that. You can look up how to get ultimate performance. You have to do a command line in PowerShell, I believe, to get this. So, yeah, set it to high performance, and yeah, then you should be good to go. Yeah, so I'll see you in the game, and I'll show you how well my game runs. Okay, now that you've launched the game, immediately go into your options, video, and setting your motion blur to 1%. Because the line that I showed earlier that might make your game look weird requires this. Because if you don't have it on, well, it won't work. Because that line I showed is supposed to disable the TAA, the anti-aliasing on the game. Because in advanced settings, turning it to low doesn't actually turn it off, it's just on low. So just doing this, putting it to 1% will disable TAA. And this will improve your FPS, or at least it has improved my FPS by a lot. So make sure your settings are set. Future frame rendering on, GPU memory restriction to on or off. I put it off. Minimal latency, it's all low. EX12 off. High dynamic range off. And to your monitor's refresh rate or higher. If you have 60, I recommend setting it to higher, but still though. All right, I'm gonna jump into a game, and yeah, I'm gonna show how good my frames are. Well, I guess I'll jump into practice range, so I don't want to get into a game right now. I just want to do this tutorial, and it'll work fine. All right, now that you are loaded into the practice range, as you can see, the deploy menu is very gray, and there's no color, there's no light and shit, except for the shit in the background. Yeah. So also you might notice is that the quality might be a little lower because I turned down the CPU preset on OBS because slow it couldn't handle the game because it looked all laggy and it's all choppy. So I'm trying my best to work with it. Yeah, so this might look a bit more pixelated or not as like clean, but yeah, so your game will look like this, so don't worry, it's fine, it's normal. But yeah, just click ready and you'll be loaded into the practice range. So now I just hope it doesn't lag on OBS. So now just walk around. I don't know if you can see the FPS counter in the bottom right, but we're gonna do the perf overlay dot draw FPS 1 1. So now on the top right you see it, and so perf overlay dot display, is it display scale? FPS display scale 3 for the biggest one. So now on the top right you see my FPS counter. I don't know if you can see the one on the bottom right, but I can see it, but I don't know if you guys can. But yeah, so if you just look around, so you can see no frame drops whatsoever, me doing 360s. If I just start shooting stuff, no frame drops at all. So if I maybe shoot this rocket at this war paintings and make it closer to it, so it'll render in. These blow up, any? These blow up? So we're gonna at it and then shoot it. You can see no frame drops at all. See, from my side, I didn't see any frame drops. But still, though, if you go up close to these fires, these smoke effects, no frame drops at all. Looking at it, nothing at all. So now, another thing you can do, well, I'm gonna do is do the game time command to up max FPS. So let's say 165. Let's see if you can reach 165. It reaches 165. So how about 200? Let's say 200. Oh my god, it reaches 200. It drops because my PC isn't that amazing, but yeah, there's obvious FPS drops, and that's expected with Battlefield 5. So let's see how high my game can reach. So let's just sit here and let's set our game time variable to, let's say, 240, because some people have 240 hertz monitors. So let's see what it goes up to. 230, 227, 226, 225, 243, yeah, it's getting up there. So if I just look around, see how it gets. So it's sitting around the 210, 200, 220 range. Look up in the sky. 240. Yeah, so it reaches 240. So let's try, let's say 300. Let's see how high, see if you can reach even 270 right there. 270, 280, 286. All right, all right. Also, since I'm recording with my CPU, or just recording in general, it will bring down some frames. So yeah, so let's just get this game sucks. Let's just get up high somewhere and look up and see how high my frames can get. All right, so I'm over here. I jumped a little over here. So if I let's look out at the ocean, I'm getting 240, 244. If I look up into the sky where there's nothing there, 273, 280, 289. It is aim up more. 280, 292. But yeah, you guys get the picture. So yeah, so before, as you saw, or I'm about to record that section because it was laggy a little bit, but yeah, as you're gonna see before, as you saw before, my FPS was at 144, but it was dropping like crazy. It wasn't solid or anything else. But now, if I set it back to 144, look how solid that is. It is not moving an inch. Just, it is great. It is wonderful. It is awesome. So yeah, that's about it for that. Yeah, but yeah, anyways, guys, I broke my legs. But anyways, guys, I want you all to have a good day. Have a good day, good night, or wherever the hell you are in the world. I want you guys to make sure to drop a like, maybe subscribe, check out my Twitch channel. I hope this information to you was useful at all in any way. Make sure to share this to your friends that are also having frame problems or want more FPS. Yeah, that's basically about it. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Drop a like, drop a sub, go check out my Twitch channel. Again, kind of self-promoting, but yeah, this is my video, so fuck y'all. I mean, I love you. But yeah, that's gonna be it, and yeah, peace.